All right, let's get into it. We're doing a deep dive today on something that seems to be on a lot of minds, building a side hustle, specifically how to go from, $0 to potentially $10,000 a month.
Yeah, and the source material you sent over, it's that strategy from the Wholesale TED YouTube channel. Pretty popular video.
Exactly. So our goal here isn't just to list the steps. We want to really pull apart this 5-step framework they lay out.
Get into the thinking behind it, the core ideas, and the practical steps. So you can see how it works. And, importantly, if they might work for your ideas.
And the whole thing really hinges on this core concept they keep emphasizing, finding and using gaps in the market.
Right. That's the foundation.
It sounds kind of simple, but it's like the absolute starting block for their whole approach.
So let's nail down what they mean by a gap in the market. Basically, it's where people want something, but either it just doesn't exist or maybe not enough of it exists. There's unmet demand.
Okay. And they used a good comparison with a saturated market, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like starting a Minecraft clips channel on YouTube.
Exactly. Minecraft's huge, right? Massive demand for content.
Oh yeah, millions watch it.
But because of that, the supply side, the number of channels already doing Minecraft clips is also massive. It's balanced, you could say.
So super competitive, really hard for someone new starting with nothing to break through.
Yeah, like opening that coffee shop on a street, already full of them.
Right.
Now compare that to their other example. Those pick one videos. You know the ones. Short clips, choose A or B, comment below.
Ah, yeah, those blew up for a while.
They really did. The viewer demand shot up because they were engaging, kind of new, but at least initially the number of people making those videos was, well, way lower than the demand.
Okay. So that's the gap. Lots of people wanting to watch, not many people making them yet. Unbalanced.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that makes it, like, way easier for a new creator to jump into that space and actually get seen compared to the Minecraft example.
So the strategy isn't just go where the audience is biggest, it's go where the audience is underserved. Find the imbalance.
That's the core idea. It's easier to succeed by filling those gaps than just copying what everyone else is doing, even if it's popular.
Okay, it makes total sense as a starting point. So step one is about actually finding these gaps,
Right.
ones that you can leverage.
Exactly. Step one, identify niches with an unfair advantage. And a niche is just, a specific group interested in a certain thing, product, content, whatever.
And this unfair advantage it's not about having some secret knowledge.
No, not really. It's simpler. It's about focusing on niches where you're already, involved, things you're already a customer of, or content you already consume a lot.
Because you understand it from the inside out.
Spot on. It means you can basically use yourself as the market research tool. You already know what's missing, what's frustrating, what you wish existed in that niche, without needing fancy software or surveys.
Like the examples they gave being into Nintendo, or true crime podcasts, or maybe you're obsessed with trains, or dogs, which was the creator's example, right?
Yeah, the dog lover example. If you're constantly looking at dog stuff online, buying things for your dog, you're just naturally going to spot things that an outsider wouldn't. You feel the gaps personally. That's the advantage.
Okay. So focus where you're already passionate or knowledgeable. You've got your niches.
Then step two is?
Step two brings you into the equation more directly. Identify unique skills that cross over with niches. So you look at the gaps you spotted, and then you figure out, okay, which of these am I actually equipped to fill well based on my own abilities?
And skills here doesn't mean you need to be the world's best.
No, not at all. Just things you're maybe better at than most people. The examples were pretty practical, being decent with Canva for design stuff, or maybe you're good at scripting videos or writing persuasive sales descriptions.
Right. Okay, so you list your skills.
Yeah.
You've got your unfair advantage niches and the gaps you see there. Now you can connect the dots.
You got it. You look for the overlap. Which of my skills lines up best with filling this specific gap I noticed in this niche? Let's use their dog example again.
So as a dog lover, they saw two potential gaps. One, not enough merchandise for specific kind of rarer dog breeds like Swedish Valhunds, not just generic dog mom stuff.
Yeah, you don't see much Valhund gear.
Right. And two, maybe a lack of specific breed guides or books on platforms like Amazon. Then they looked at their skills. Good with Canva, good at writing sales copy.
Okay.
So the Canvas skill, perfect for designing unique prints for t-shirts or mugs featuring those specific breeds. The sales copy skill, great for writing product listings that sell.
Ah, I see. But writing a whole book about a breed, That's a different writing skill than sales copy.
Exactly. So designing and selling specific breed merchandise lined up really well with their skills. The book idea, not so much. That match helped them choose the print-on-demand clothing path.
Makes sense. And this is where they mentioned using AI chatbots.
Yeah, like ChatGPT or Gemini. They called it a game changer. You can literally feed it your niches, the gaps you found, your list of skills, and ask it to brainstorm business ideas that combine all three.
Wow, okay. That could definitely speed things up, help you see connections. So, all right, you've found your niche, your gap, matched it with your skills, but you have zero budget, zero audience. Where do you actually launch this thing?
That brings us to step 3, which is crucial for the $0 start. Open your business on a busy street, online. Remember the cafe analogy?
Yeah, desert versus bustling city street.
Right. So online, the busy streets are those huge existing platforms. Etsy, Amazon, eBay for products.
YouTube, TikTok, Facebook for content.
Exactly. Or maybe Facebook Marketplace or Poshmark if you're flipping
Right.
things, even Medium or Pinterest for affiliate stuff. The point is, these places already have millions of people visiting every day.
So you tap into their traffic instead of trying to build your own from scratch, which costs time and money you don't have.
Precisely. It gives you initial visibility without needing a big marketing spend. People are already there browsing. They also mentioned you can use AI again to brainstorm platform options or tools like SimilarWeb to check how much traffic a site actually gets.
Good tip. But they added a warning, right? Just being on the busy street isn't enough.
No, definitely not. That's the crucial bit. Your shop, your listings, your videos, whatever still needs to look good. Be professional, stand out. Otherwise, people just scroll past, even if millions are on the site.
So you have to learn the rules of that specific platform, how to optimize your stuff there.
Yes, and they really stressed using free resources for this. YouTube tutorials are gold. Learn how to make great Etsy listings or how to optimize YouTube titles, whatever applies to your chosen platform. They even link their own video on Etsy optimization as an example.
Okay. Get on a busy platform, but learn how to look good and play by its rules. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, the big one for starting with nothing, managing costs. Step 4.
Step 4, cut costs by strategically finding free alternatives. Pretty straightforward. When you're starting with zero budget, you had to be incredibly frugal.
Find free ways to do things, and AI comes up again here.
Yep. Suggested using chatbots again to brainstorm free or low-cost options for whatever expenses your specific business idea might have. The main example they used was for physical products.
Right. Avoiding that huge upfront cost of buying inventory.
Yeah. Instead of ordering hundreds of T-shirts and hoping they sell, they use print on demand, or POD.
Services like Printful, Printify. Can you quickly recap how that works again? It seems really key.
Sure. You sign up for free with a POD provider. You upload your design, say your specific dog breed design, onto their blank products like shirts or mugs. Then you list those products on your chosen busy street like Etsy, adding your profit margin.
Okay.
When a customer actually buys one, then the POD company charges your card for the base cost of the item, plus printing. They make it, they ship it straight to the customer. You just keep the difference, the profit.
Wow. So literally zero inventory cost until a sale is made. That takes away massive risk.
Huge risk reduction. Another example was software. Instead of paying like $23 a month for Adobe Photoshop.
Which adds up when you have no money.
Right. They use something called Photopea, which is apparently a free web-based alternative that does much of the same stuff. The creator said that's what they use.
So it's about being resourceful, finding those functional, free equivalents.
Exactly. And that principle applies across the board. AI can help you find alternatives for almost any cost associated with your idea.
Okay, so you've done all that, found the gap, used your skills, set up shop smartly, kept costs rock bottom. You start making a few sales. How do you get from that to the $10K a month target? That seems like a huge leap.
It is, and that's where step 5 comes in. Reinvest and scale through compounding growth. This may be the most important part for hitting big numbers.
Compounding.
Yeah.
Like interest, but for your business.
Sort of, yeah. The idea is your growth isn't just steady, it accelerates. Sales start slow, but by putting the profits back into the business, you fuel faster and faster growth. They were very clear that hitting $10K a month wouldn't happen or would take way longer without this reinvestment.
So don't just pocket the early cash. Put it back to work. What specifically did they suggest reinvesting in?
They focused on 3 main things, mostly aimed at getting leverage, either buying back your time or increasing your reach. First was outsourcing grunt work.
Meaning repetitive tasks that eat up time.
Exactly. Time is your most valuable asset, especially early on. Their example, as sales grew, so did customer emails. answering them took hours.
Right, hours you could be doing something else.
So they reinvested some profit to hire someone just to handle emails. That freed up the creator to focus on higher impact stuff, like designing more products. More products mean more listings, more potential customers finding you, which means more money.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Using money to buy back time, which lets you do the things that actually make more money. Clever.
It's a smart loop.
The second reinvestment area was using automation, also to buy back time, especially for content creators. Think back to that pick one video idea. Finding all those clips manually takes ages.
Yeah, tedious work. And for content, volume often matters. More videos usually means more views, more potential income. Spot on. So they suggested reinvesting in tools like an AI video generator. They mentioned Runway as an example. If AI can help you make, say, 5 videos in the time it took you to make one manually.
Then you've just 5x'd your potential output and growth rate.
Exactly. You're using technology as a lever to scale your effort. And the third area for reinvestment,
What was the third one?
paid advertising or marketing, but used strategically, not just randomly throwing money around. They used Etsy's own paid search ads.
Okay, but wasn't the goal not necessarily direct profit from the ads themselves?
Right. It was more about feeding that compounding growth cycle we talked about. The ads bring in some extra sales. Those sales lead to more potentially happy customers. Happy customers leave positive reviews.
And positive reviews boost your organic ranking on the platform.
Correct. Which leads to more organic sales, more visibility, more reviews. It creates this upward spiral. They mentioned their profit margin, around 30%, was enough to sustain this kind of strategic ad spend that ultimately boosted the whole business's organic growth.
So the ads were like fuel for the organic engine, not just an engine on their own.
That's a good way to put it. It's all about that chain reaction. Patience and consistently reinvesting profits, whether into saving time via outsourcing or automation, or to smart marketing. That's what builds the momentum for that kind of compounded growth towards bigger goals, like $10K a month.
Wow. Okay, so stepping back, it's quite a complete picture. Find that unmet need using your own experience, match it with skills you already have, set up where customers already are online, be super scrappy with costs using free tools, and then, crucially, reinvest early profits to buy back time and fuel that compounding growth.
Yeah, and it really feels like a framework you could adapt,
Yeah.
not just for print on demand, but for content creation services, flipping. The underlying principles seem pretty solid.
Definitely food for thought. And it makes you wonder, considering how powerful just noticing those unmet needs can be, those gaps right under our noses, where might you already have that unfair advantage in a niche you care about? What frustration have you felt? What gap have you experienced that might just be waiting for someone like you to fill it?